Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's been a while, 2 weeks to be exact. Unfortunately, or fortunately, Paris Blockchain Week got in the way, but I'm back and ready to start off with some banger news, so just let's dive into it. People keep asking when institutions are finally going to take Chainlink seriously. Well, this week Chainlink didn't wait. They delivered two massive production-focused updates that remove real friction from enterprises and developers. Before we dive in, of course, don't forget to subscribe. I might give away some Chainlink socks soon, but only to subscribers, so make sure you subscribe, all right? And then maybe you get some of these bad boys, and you can wear them during SmartCon. Anyway, let's start with the headline from April 24th, which was yesterday by the time of recording. Chainlink's data standard is now officially live on the AWS marketplace. Amazon Web Services provide roughly 31% of global cloud infrastructure. It's the default environment for millions of developers and hundreds of thousands of organizations worldwide. And now Chainlink data feeds, data streams, and proof reserve are all directly available inside AWS Marketplace. This is a serious distribution play. As AWS's own Simon Goldberg put it, the availability of Chainlink data standard on AWS Marketplace allows developers to use familiar services when building applications that interact with tokenized assets and smart contracts. We're no longer trying to convince an institution to bolt on an external oracle. If they're already running on AWS, which most large enterprises are, they can now procure, build, and integrate Chainlink's Oracle infrastructure using the exact same tools, processes, and workflows they are already familiar with. Chainlink solves the classic Oracle problem. You know, the blockchain networks, they are designed or isolated by design, and they natively don't know what's happening off-chain, like prices, reserves, identity data, or events from traditional systems. For tokenization specifically, or especially, this has been a huge blocker. How do you prove a stablecoin, for example, is fully backed? How do you bring real-time market data on-chain for trading? How do you connect your existing cloud databases and APIs to smart contracts securely? Chainlink's decentralized Oracle network fixes exactly that, providing secure, bidirectional connectivity between AWS resources and any blockchain. All of an enterprise's existing cloud infrastructure can now talk directly to tokenized assets and smart contracts without custom heavy lifting. And AWS didn't just list the services, they published detailed reference architectures with blueprints and sample code. One example is a proof of reserve monitoring system, which in plain terms is a company that stores its reserve data in the cloud. Chainlink's reserve networks pulls the data on a schedule, verifies it through decentralized consensus, and writes an attested reserve figure directly on-chain, transparently and fully tamper-proof. Another blueprint covers real-time trading for prediction markets. Chainlink data streams delivers low-latency market data so that on-chain systems can respond to price movements in real time, something that was previously very impractical to build. This is AWS handing enterprises the complete playbook, ready to deploy patterns for exactly the use cases institutions care about right now. 3 days earlier, on April 21st, a second major unlock came. Deloitte and Touch completed a SOC2 Type 2 examination covering Chainlink CCIP and data feeds. This is the compliance bar that traditional finance really demands. Banks, assets managers, pension funds, and insurers treat SOC2 as non-negotiable for any third-party technology in production. Type 1 checks design. Type 2, the much harder audit, proves the controls actually operated effectively over time. Chainlink passed it for price feeds, proof reserves, NAV, and the full cross-chain interoperability protocol, or CCIP. Chainlink is the only Oracle network holding the full institutional trifecta: SOC Type 2, Type 1, and ISO 27001. For risk and procurement teams, that checklist item just got signed off by Deloitte. Put those two announcements together and you clearly see the strategy. AWS Marketplace gives Chainlink unmatched distribution, placing decentralized oracles directly inside the cloud environment where enterprises are already live and they already breathe. The SOC2 Type 2 certification removes the last major compliance and risk objections. Together, they make it dramatically easier for institutions to build applications that combine trust cloud infrastructure with blockchain capabilities. This is Chainlink showing up exactly where institutions already operate, with the security credentials they require and the integration patterns they can actually use. While those two major unlocks were landing, Chainlink also dropped a quick reserve update on April the 23rd. Chainlink Reserve accumulated another 123,000 Chainlink tokens over $1.1 million worth, bringing the total holdings to 3.3 million Link. The broader market may not have fully priced in this news yet, but the enterprises and developers already building on it are not waiting around. This week showed us again that Chainlink is becoming the infrastructure for the next wave of tokenized finance on traditional cloud platforms. So that's it for this video. Super cool news. I can't wait to see what's next. If you can't wait either, don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed this video. And drop your thoughts in the comments. Which one of those news items do you think will drive the most adoption in the coming year? I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy your day.